and welcome to the Steve and Nicole Show with producer Bert.
Huh?
I am Steve.
I'm Nicole.
Oh dear, this is already a tragic start. Let's start over.
Here I am.
No, we're just gonna keep going. No editing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steve and Nicole Show with producer Bert. I am Steve.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm Bert.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Oh, man, I am so happy that it is fall and cold and crisp outside in the morning, and everything is going to smell like pumpkin soon. Ah, the smell of pumpkin. I love it.
I'm so done with pumpkin spice. Bert, how are you?
I'm heavily medicated.
Yay, Bert!
No, I'm fine. Really, I'm okay.
That was brilliant. That was truly brilliant.
That was really great, actually.
Let's be real. The start of fall can be a depressing time for people, which is why September is Mental Health Awareness Month. So here's to all you mental healthers out there. We're thinking of you. We hope you're doing well, taking your medicine. And we have to actually start off with something a little bit serious today. We would be remiss if we did not recognize the massive fires that are taking place in California, Oregon, Nevada. Um, our hearts go out to you. We know this is a horrendous time. We've been looking at the photos, and while it's not impacting us personally, we know that people are struggling right now. I personally have seen family and friends um, posting on Facebook that they had to evacuate twice last night. They emptied out what they could from their houses in 5 minutes. I mean, imagine only having 5 minutes to grab your paperwork, maybe a few photos, and jumping in your car. They thought they were safe. They parked their car. They were gonna sleep in their car for the night, and they got another notice on their phone that they couldn't stay where they were because they weren't safe. Right now, there are 100 wildfires across 12 western states that have burned more than 4.3 million acres. And to give you perspective, that's the size of New Jersey. So imagine the entire state of New Jersey on fire. That's what's happening in these 12 western states. So please know that our hearts go out to you. We love you. We're thinking about you. And we're going to post some information on our show page about how you can donate to the Red Cross, which is the primary support system right now for the people in California. So if you have an opportunity, if you are blessed enough, please take a moment to go to our show page. Bert's going to be gracious enough to post a link to the Red Cross where you can donate. And just know that we're thinking of you and we love you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our hearts go out. I can't imagine.
No. So, with that, let's go ahead and move on to another California storyline, and that is would she be a friend or an enemy or a frenemy based in California? Her name is Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, I'm questioning what we call Ellen these days. I mean, there has been so much bad press that has come out. Multiple guests, multiple crew members. I mean, housekeepers, people on her staff down to people that have worked close with her, people who appear to be like her besties when they come on the show, then talking about treatment, certain gum they had to chew in order to be around her. I mean, what's happening with Ellen? I don't understand.
It's funny because it actually started in late March when the beauty blogger Nikki DeJager, who goes by Nikki Tutorials, she actually was one of the very first people to come out and lambast Ellen. And she was like, look, I expected it to be a Disney experience because you see Ellen and everything's happy. It's the happiest place on earth. And she talked about how cold Ellen was. And so someone on Twitter was like, hey, everybody, post your horrendous Ellen Twitter stories. And that's really when BuzzFeed stepped in and they're like, we're going to start interviewing staff members, current staff members, former staff members. And it came out that it's just really a horrendous place to work and it's all a facade. I mean, how do you feel about that? You know, Miss Queen of Nice and Queen of Be Kind to One Another coming out and finding out that maybe she's not so kind after all. What do you think about it?
My gut instinct in the beginning was that it was people looking for a story. So anything for a story. A few people making, a couple really crass comments about someone having a normal day who were hoping for Disney and got like a real person. But then the way and the numbers that have come out of people talking about it makes me actually really quite sad because her show has been on, isn't it like 15 years? I mean, it's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like she comes across so genuinely funny and joyful. And how sad that then if she really has made anyone feel small, like how sad then to use that platform, it sort of takes away a lot of the good that I think she's done. And that's really a shame. That's too bad.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it is in her defense, because I don't know how I really feel about this yet.
Yeah.
I know she's going to address it during her season premiere coming up sometime in September. But I don't know if you remember when all the talk shows moved home, and she made the joke that being at home, it was right after George Floyd was murdered. And she was at home and she talked about how this quarantine was like being in prison. And since the bad news had already come out about her, people jumped on that and they're like, listen, white lady, you don't know what prison is. So that's not really a funny joke. And part of me is like, yeah, I totally agree with that statement. But then the other part of me is like, okay, it was a joke. Like,
yeah.
Where's that line between it's funny and you've crossed the line? And I know I crossed the line. Y'all know I cross the line regularly. Bert probably has videos of me crossing the line that we have to edit out. But I mean, in that case, she was recording live and she made the statement. And
yeah,
I don't know. I just wonder what she's going through right now. Like that moment of reckoning she's having right now, it's got to be kind of impossible to feel.
Yeah, time will tell. I'm eager to hear what she has to say on her show premiere. I'm very eager to hear how it gets discussed and what it gets talked about. Only time will tell. You're right.
Yes. And it sort of goes back to Rosie O'Donnell. I don't know if you remember the Rosie O'Donnell show, but she was the queen of nice with her Nerf balls squish balls. Koosh balls. That's what it was. Koosh balls. She would throw out her koosh balls. She was the queen of nice. And then when she had Tom Selleck on, and she got into it with him about his being a spokesperson for the NRA. And that was like the immediate decline of Rosie O'Donnell being the queen of nice. And part of it was she stood up for what she believed in. The other part was people started to see her true color shining through. So I'm going to be very interested. I think we need to keep a close eye on what her premiere looks like and what she has to say. I'm always willing to give people a second chance, even a third chance, to my detriment. Right now, she's not in my good graces, but I really hope that she addresses what's going on and fixes what's broken within her show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do too. I'd like to see it turn into something better. Who did I just see announce that they're coming out? Drew Barrymore announced that she's going to come out with her own talk show.
No, we need to have our own talk show, not Drew Barrymore.
We do. I also love Drew Barrymore. I feel like there's room in the world for both of us.
I don't.
I feel as though we can all be together as one. Our visitors and guests and show might look a little different than Drew's, so there's enough room for everyone at the networks.
So I just really feel like Drew Barrymore's show is going to get really annoying really quickly
No, she's
with her
actually
guests.
very, very intelligent. I have grown to love her even more as a outside of the film industry Drew Barrymore, like the entrepreneur, like the home decor Drew Barrymore. Like, I'm kind of loving her lately. That's my opinion.
I just kind of feel like she's kind of like trying to one up Gwyneth Paltrow with like a show.
No, she's
ET,
so much
home
more
phone.
real. Wrong. I'm going to
All right.
agree to disagree.
Okay. We will watch her premiere show together.
We will.
And we will come back and I will tell you if I have a newfound love for Drew Barrymore. I think we should move on. We're going to stay in the wonderful, beautiful state of California.
We are.
And we talked earlier about, how we love California, what's going on in California. But one of the largest fires was actually started by a gender reveal party. Okay,
Yeah.
Enough with the gender reveal parties, people. Like, even the person who started them is saying enough is enough. How many states do we need to burn down before people get the point that this is not fun anymore?
They were fun. I think they were so creative when people cut into the cake and then they're like, oh my gosh, it's pink frosting. Or when they sent like somebody to open the cardboard box and all the balloons flew out and like randomly there was like all the blue ones and it was like so cute. I think those were cute in the beginning, but then it got a little bit much. And now it's like one of those things, right? It's like when everybody was flossing. Like, let's go on to the next thing. Like, let's just move on and find a different way to tell us you're having a girl or a boy. Like, tell us some other way.
I also personally don't know anyone who's had a gender reveal party. I just know that they tend to start wildfires. So if you could knock it the hell off, that would be appreciated. Love Mother Earth. Bert, yes, I see you thinking.
Maybe I should have a gender reveal party.
Oh,
For your
are
own gender?
you expecting? Oh, for your own gender.
I'm confused.
So are most people, sweetie. So are most people.
Okay, so like, are you with child like Mary, or are you going to reveal your own gender?
Yeah. Let's go with that. She gets it.
I mean, we saw the Queen of Hearts this week, so
Now you're seeing the Butch Burt.
When I laugh hard, I rock. And, people at home are probably like, oh, look, she looks slimmer. Maybe COVID-19 hasn't, attacked her. And then I'm like, oh. And then they're like, wow, there she is. Have you seen where people write I and then you, and they write love in, the third chub, and then they're like, I love you. Anyway, it shows up when they do the thing. I should do it.
what the hell just happened?
Sorry, apparently I totally derailed us.
You did. Once again, we are a train wreck. And we actually wanted to talk about our new platform. We have a couple of platforms that Nicole, what are you doing?
Did you see it? Did it show up?
Everyone was being encouraged to do those photos. Do you remember that? Like, Facebook had this campaign of everybody doing this photo.
That where they're like, "Ooh, she's so cute," and then
this is my good side because it's not my lazy eye side.
I'm starting to get these bulldogs. Look at this. What is this coming down?
Oh, just go like this, and it makes you feel better. I do this. This episode is sponsored by
Tape.
Oh, what's that laser hair removal company?
Ideal Image.
Ideal Image. This episode is brought to you by Ideal Image.
We've talked about them enough that I feel like, come on, come get us.
So Ideal Image, if you're listening, we'll tag you. If you want to donate any services, Nicole and I are ready to brag about you.
I'm in. I also want to go get my eyebrows what do they call that? Microbladed?
Ooh, microdermabrasion.
No, this is
No.
different.
Mhm.
They look at your eyebrow and they like decide where the shape should be. And it's almost like they take a little tiny X-Acto that has little fake hairs in it and they slice in and implant those little hairs and then they dye it. And then your eyebrows are like perfect for, they say, up to 3 years.
I like how you say they decide. Like, you don't get a say in how you look. They're going to tell you what looks good.
I mean, I think they do some expert color matching is what happens.
I mean, that's
I
great and all,
Lead
but
realness. We started down a gender and a wild and some fires and then I got way because I was like, ha, 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 ho, ho, ho. I couldn't stop myself, and now we're doing this thing. I'm sorry.
speaking of ho ho ho, let's talk about ho 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 Halloween and ho 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 Christmas.
Let's.
Are we actually going to have trick or treating? Because I don't think we will. I think it's going to get banned.
I saw on the interwebs that someone took a PVC pipe and they put it in their front door, like they took out their screen and put it in, and they strung it all the way down to the road, and then it's like a candy chute, and then when kids come, they don't even have to walk up the driveway or get near. They can just put their bucket at the end of the candy chute and they just shoot the candy. Did you ever go to like a petting zoo and like that's how you would give Cheerios to the monkeys that were like
No.
inside the pen? It reminds me of that. Yeah.
No,
I
I've
don't-
never done that. Why don't we all just go trick or treating at the bank? Like, you just drive through and they fill the entire canister with candy donated by locals who are like, I don't have trick or treaters, so I'll donate all my candy to the bank. And then it shoots back and they sanitize the container. They refill it with more candy and shoot it out to the next person. I mean, hello, banks, if you're listening. I have a great idea for you for Halloween. You just fill your canister for every child that pulls through, and it's a safe and effective way to continue to trick or treat.
I'm just going to get a t-shirt cannon and fill it with candy and sit in my driveway in my little, lawn chair and just shoot candy at them.
Fun fact, I went to a Blue Man Group concert, and at the very end...
Do they sing any other song besides that one?
Blue Man Group doesn't sing, they're all
I
drums.
am a man in a blue window.
Nicole, they don't sing,
They
they
don't sing
only
that
do
song.
drums. They're all
that is-
blue-faced, and they like pound on the drums really hard. And then there's different lighting.
Clearly not.
Okay, so anyway, you stop, and I'm going to tell you my story. I was sitting in like the second row of a Blue Man Group concert in Las Vegas, and at the end they shoot out a confetti cannon, and it shoots in the air and it explodes. The problem was they shot it straight at my face, and the confetti bag hit me straight up in the face, busted my lip, and the confetti exploded all over me. And I probably went into shock because it hit my face. Those confetti cannons are harsh. It hit me straight up in the face, and for probably a good 5 minutes, I didn't know what happened. My husband's sitting next to me. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm just like delirious. And all of a sudden, I'm like, my lip hurts. It hit me in the face. Something hit me in the face. But it took me a good 5 minutes to come to. I should have sued him. Okay.
What's the statute of limitations on that?
I don't know. Probably 7 years, like anything else. But yeah, it hit me right here because I remember my lip busting open because I have these fang teeth right here and here. And the confetti bag is like this big. Okay, you can't even like see it on camera. I'll back up like this big. And they didn't shoot it up. They shot it straight into my face. It hurt.
This is terrible. It's so sad. I'm so sorry.
So I don't like Blue Man Group still to this day. Like, I'll never go to another one of their shows.
Guess what I'm going to get them for Christmas? Tickets to the Blue Man Group.
Thanks, Bert.
I'm going to buy him sacks of confetti.
as a reminder. Why don't you just shoot it at my front door? Do a drive-by, like, confetti shooting. Like,
I'm gonna have
did it
confetti at
hit
my
you in the
Christmas.
face? Yeah!
I'm gonna have confetti at my Christmas party. I'm
Kinda
just
like-
gonna chuck it at people.
You guys, I don't even know where we started or
Well,
how we got
for
here.
Halloween, and then Halloween somehow got to a t-shirt cannon because he could t-shirt cannon candy at people. That's how we got there,
It smacked me right in the face.
and it got you in the face.
It did, for real. It hurt. I'm not even joking.
That's really, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate your sincere apology for my
I mean,
demise.
bottom of my heart.
And you also talked about Ho Ho Ho, which
I did.
we know a
Because-
few of them, but we're not going to name any of the Ho Ho Ho's we know. But Bert, what are your thoughts on Christmas and Santa and sitting on his lap?
Oh,
Is
God.
he cute?
Probably not.
I'm one of the ho-ho-hos.
I know, that's why I called you out. But anyway, seriously, what's going to happen to the mall Santas this year? Nicole,
Yeah,
go for
number
it.
one, the mall. Like, is that even going to be a thing? And you can't wait in line for Santa anymore with your family. It'd fit like 3 families with their umpteen children in strollers and stuff that they. And then, why did we ever start putting a kid on Santa's lap? Can we talk about
Creepy.
how weird that is? That's creepy. And now there's like that America's Funniest Home video from like 1984 that they replay where the kid sits on Santa's lap and Santa's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And then the kid's like, "You have bad breath." And I think like that's terrible, but this
I
is
want a Red Ryder BB gun.
she dry out. But this is like proof that Santa can't be like telling kids their wishes this year.
I guess we'll have to send him a letter.
I think it's going to really have to be, it'll be a whole new marketing plan. I mean, let's talk about Black Friday. How many sales are there going to be to try to like jumpstart? I feel like every week is going to be like a new something to try to generate sales around the holidays.
I
And
think
then-
companies are going to go strictly online for Black Friday. I think stores are just going to say beginning at midnight, going till 11:59 p.m. the next night, you can get all these deals with free shipping. It'll be unlimited supply, so you don't have to worry about them running out of the damn toaster oven that you've been looking for. I mean, let's talk about how annoying that was. They would be like, "Oh yeah, this new toaster oven is $19.99 instead of $99.99. There's 2 in stock."
Yeah.
Come on, Target.
Oh, did you ever wait in line to do Black Friday shopping?
We did twice.
Such a
Never
rush.
again.
I loved it.
No.
One
never
time,
again.
I went with my girlfriends and we were standing outside and
Does
it was
that make you
snowing.
part of the LGBTQIA community?
So friendly with everyone. And we were standing outside in the snow and it was like super snowing. And it was probably like 2 a.m. because I think the store, I don't even know, it was like a super late sale. And this kid drove by. He had a huge poofy afro wig and he drove like a hoopty station wagon and he was playing the final countdown because the doors were going to open in just like a little bit. And it was such a rush. And we brought spiked hot chocolate and we were drinking it. We were talking with all these people. It was so much fun. I miss those days. Oh,
I don't like
all to
people.
get a duvet cover at Kohl's, but it was so much fun. Oh, I loved it. Anyway, I'm glad you guys feel the same.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that was fun.
I stayed
All
in
right,
line for
well,
an iPhone once
oh, you did?
at Rosedale Mall. My wife had
Did
to bail
anyone
to go
drive
to
by
work.
in a hoopty?
No, we were inside. But
Oh.
I was next to the C's Candy, and they gave us free samples every hour.
Oh, that.
Oh, that's genius.
And then Apple
had-
Store bought pizza for everybody that was waiting.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, that was good.
that's such a good idea.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I've never waited in line for an iPhone. I figure I can just go get it the next day.
I won't anymore. I was
No,
three,
I won't
I was
either.
3 away from the door before they sold out.
Oh, I would be livid.
And I had
That's
been
why
there-
you go the next day.
Yeah, I had been there for 9 hours, I think.
Why don't you just wait in line at like your local T-Mobile or Sprint or whatever provider you
Because
have?
back then there wasn't a whole lot of those.
Oh, wow, you're old.
Yeah, I am.
You should just get a Samsung, and then you wouldn't have any issues.
You're silly.
Anyway,
Did you switch over to the iPhone, or was that a different friend?
that wasn't me.
Different friend. A different friend switched over to the iPhone from the... Oh, hi, Carla. You switched over. And congratulations. Welcome to the family. Speaking of family, we are a loving family. We are inclusive of all. This is so going off the fucking
iPhone or
rails.
not, we love you all. Even though we're making you feel bad. And if you've ever been shot in the face with confetti, we love you anyway, too.
Or if you've ever waited in line for an iPhone and you were 3 away from them selling out, we apologize for your loss. I'm sure it still hurts.
Yeah.
Like the confetti in my face. But with that, we have to wrap up for today. Bert, good luck editing this because
This was a real wackadoodle episode. I did a lot of double things. I squirt bottled my neck once. Steve went off on a tangent about the Blues, and then we said a lot of things about Ellen. I don't know what happened. We went crazy.
And I may have said a
had
few
a plan.
curses in here. We really did have a plan. It was a good plan. We even talked about segues and how wonderful they're going to work. We just threw them all out the window because that's how we work around here.
That reminds me, we should go on a Segway ride before the fall is done, the three of us, and we should film it. Does anyone have a GoPro that we could hook on a helmet?
I'm sure Bert does.
No, it's in my wish list.
I'll just order one.
But I'm pretty sure they can't support my ass.
Y'all, we have to wrap up here because I really got to pee. So, with that, we want to wish everyone a safe and happy week, or if you're in California, be safe. If you're in Minnesota, stay warm. It's freezing cold here. Or like, oh, woe is us. But anyway, on a serious note, as always, we love you.
We love us.
And we love iPhones.
No, Bert, say we love Brie. That's our tagline.
I actually think I might like goat cheese more than Brie.
It's disgusting. Let's try again. And with that, we love you.
We love us.
And we love Brie.
We do.
Thank you, Bert. Peace out, everybody.
Wow.
Wow. What happened?
I have no idea.
What happened to all of us?
Oh, dear. I don't know how that happened.
Bonkers.
We
lost our minds.
Surprisingly, for the first time, I think we were all in sync. But unfortunately, we were all in sync of we don't give a shit.
I mean, they're actually going to discourage people from coming in. And they're going to say, beginning at midnight on Black Friday,
hello?
You can have... God, is that Santa? Santa, is that you calling? Santa.
I've been good.
Hello. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? Can you hear me?
And I can't stop the damn
Hello.
thing.
Hello. Is that you, Santa? Santa, it's me, Steven. I would like a Red Ryder BB gun.
It's the Blue Man producers. They feel bad. Free show.
Or it's Ellen's lawyers calling to sue our asses. Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, back to
I don't
Santa
even know
Claus.
how I'm going to edit this damn
No, wait. Black Friday.
If you pretend that we're live, then I don't have to do as much editing.
Yeah. Do you pretend, Steve?
There's a reason we're recording tonight.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to visit our website at StephenNicoleShow.com and on our social media channels at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts and other podcasting networks. And if you found this episode absolutely fabulous, be sure to share the fun.